Jesus entered Jerusalem on a donkey, fulfilling prophecy, a humble king, not as people expected, but exactly as God had planned. The crowd welcomed him with joy, but what followed reveals something deeper about the condition of the human heart. On the first day, Jesus cleansed the temple and declared, "My house shall be a house of prayer." What was meant to be holy had become corrupted. On the way, he cursed the fig tree, a symbolic act pointing to the spiritual fruitlessness of Israel, outwardly alive, but inwardly empty. The second day was the most intense. Jesus taught about faith and judgment while facing constant challenges from religious leaders who questioned his authority. Instead of engaging in direct arguments, he spoke in parables that revealed truth to those willing to receive it. In the parable of the two sons, one refused at first but later obeyed, while the other agreed but never acted. The lesson is clear. Obedience matters more than words. It is not what we say, but what we do that pleases God. In the parable of the tenants, the owner sent servants, and finally his son, to receive the fruit, but they were rejected and killed. This shows how God's messengers, and even his son, were rejected. The question is, when God comes looking for fruit in our lives, what will he find? In the parable of the wedding banquet, those who were invited refused to come, so others were brought in. Yet even among them, one without the proper wedding garment was cast out. Many are called, but few are chosen. It is not enough to be invited, we must be prepared to enter. The Pharisees and Sadducees tried to trap Jesus, but he answered with wisdom and exposed their hypocrisy. He also spoke about the destruction of Jerusalem, the end times, and his second coming, reminding us that history is moving according to God's plan. By the end, Jesus withdrew to Bethany. Meanwhile, the religious leaders plotted to kill him, and Judas agreed to betray him. Though it looked like darkness was winning, God's plan was unfolding perfectly. Yet, each person's response determined their place in that plan. As it is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, "By his power God raised the Lord from the dead, and he will raise us also." The cross was not defeat, it was victory. So we need not worry about the traps set by others. When we are in his hands, he will lead us according to his plan, and the end will be victory. He will raise us each time we are pushed down. We must not fall into the traps of this world. Even today, there are people who may welcome us, question us, or try to put us in trouble. At times, darkness may seem to be winning. Even within our families or among friends, there may be opposition. The world may try to push us down. Someone close to us may even betray us. In all this, we may feel as though we are defeated or lifeless. But when God's hand is upon us, we will be raised again with victory, there is no doubt about it. We are passing through dark days like Maundy Thursday and Good Friday, but we are moving toward the brightest day. The path may look dark, but the end is not. At the beginning of each month, we come with many expectations, plans, and prayers. But this reminds us that it is God's plan and his timing that bring things to fulfillment. Sometimes he answers quickly, sometimes he delays, but he is always working. So the question for us today is not just, what is God doing? But, how am I responding? May God find in us true obedience, genuine faith, and a prepared heart. May he bless our plans, guide our steps, and give us victory, just as Christ had victory on the cross. Amen.